Panch to start making really big sort of judgments. But early off, chris with a sickening headshot here on Hiko. He's going to be gone. EliGE is going to get the refrag there. So quick 1-for-1 trade. Next coming up from behind. He's going to get the 1 kill. NiKo shutting him down. This is relentless. We've got no time to even introduce this. They're already into the action. They pick up the bomb there. And it's now 3 versus 3 as Denis goes down. It's going to swing in favor of Liquid.
Yeah, that bomb went down and then that kind of slowed the push here. And despite Mousesports going down 1 player to the 3 of Liquid, we are going to see Liquid slow it down. They want to play the numbers and they're going to find a 2v1 in mid against NiKo. He's going to fall and that's going to leave everything to the leader. Got B, but he cannot withstand the aggression there from Nitro. That's a nice 3k from him. And that was a super fast round, no nonsense. And hey, it paid off for the T's in that occasion. So looks like we'll get a strong start on the T side again.
And if it's been, if it's going to follow the same pattern that it's been so far in this qualifier, then that's obviously great for Liquid. Means they should be able to build a strong start and build it into an even more impressive first half. That's been the theme so far. Next here, picking up the dual elites. And in the middle, Nitro, who has been playing this really aggressive role, seems to be doing really well in the middle, though he does go down to God B. Should be able to get the refract here. EliGE is very close by, and they're actually standing still in that corner there. Maybe a little bit too passive, and Denis will take him out.
Oh, very nicely done by Gobby with that AK picked up. He's going to reclaim middle. And now Liquid with 2 players have to try to scrap together some kind of saving play as they move in with Hiko and FugLy through A main into the A bomb site. Denis has the angle though. The AK looks for the shot. Oh, will barely find it. That's the bomb down on the floor as well as his teammates are regrouping around it. And Hiko's looking for the clutch. Hiko, is he going to do this again? There's 2 more players to find. He's got some Kevlar left. He's got 22 HP, looking for the remainder of Mousesports there as they wait for him to pick the bomb up and plant it. The nade. Oh, just not enough. A little bit too far away. And Hiko is just going to have to play this with the plant. Looks like Mousesports are just going to keep themselves hidden for now. Nice discipline from them. chrisJ and Denis looking for the move now as Hiko finally goes for the plant. Here we go, Hiko. Can he do it again? 2 more players to find. In they come. They're running 2 at once. Oh no, chrisJ is going to take down Denis. The team kill could just give Hiko a bit of an easier task on his hands. As now chrisJ needs to find out where the hell has Hiko gone. He doesn't know just yet. Hiko goes for the peek. Trying to keep his angles tight. It will spot the player, chrisJ. chrisJ knows where he is. He's going for it, and that's it. Hiko will pick up the kill, and once again, Hiko makes it work, Anders. I think Semler said it before. Whenever you're watching Hiko, you just feel like this is happening.
Wow, I can't believe it. That's really impressive. I mean, also very sort of drawn-out clutch that was going on there. Mousesports, I mean, obviously the team kill in the middle of it, but the way that chris managed to jump in at the end, everything just seemed a bit weird about this. Towards the end, you see him sort of jumping around here. Is he trying to get like a bunny jump in or something? Like trying to get the movement speed increased? That looked a bit strange. Regardless, it's going to mean that Mousesports will lose the round and into the 3rd round here. They won't have too much equipment.
Yeah, this is a pretty easy situation for Liquid, playing the ranges, and it's always nice to play that boost, as you have really long-range engagements. If you die, then, well, you get the information, and the weapon is not really retrievable for the CTs, so standard anti-eco stuff coming out of Liquid. They've been doing really well on their anti-ecos all day, and Mousesports, well, NiKo's going to find a nasty little kill there onto adreN in mid, so he will be able to claim that AK after all, and perhaps even save it, because Liquid, they would have to risk losing guns to actually go and eliminate him. Do you think it's worth it?
No, not especially because Hiko was the last guy alive in the last round, so they only have 1 person surviving. That means the 2 AKs they have here are going to be worth quite a bit. So, I mean, maybe FugLy could go and take a run at it if he wanted to. He's got just pistol armor here, so that wouldn't be a big loss if he died, but the rest, I don't think it's really worth it. So 3-0 in favor of Team Liquid, and just to finish my point about, you know, trying to keep a track of, like, you know, the people moving and not moving. Another way of saying moving, not moving would be to say the person takes the initiative. That's what I, you know, mean by moving. The guy who's going to be engaging in the fight. That's what I'm looking for. I think that's the more advantageous thing to do these days. Also, just to touch up on another thing, I did tweet, and I did almost succeed in killing Nex as we went into this match, because I was, you know, talking to Apollo backstage, and I was, you know, waving my arms around, talking about what a great game Counter-Strike is, and I lifted my hands up, and Nex sort of, you know, I think my hand sort of walked into Nex's face, and it almost went badly wrong, but I think he's going to be good. In fact, he said, now I feel really awake and alive. I'm ready to play, so maybe I helped out in a good way. Got there, has been doing really well, even just with pistols. This time it's a rifle. He's going to take down FugLy with a refrag there from EliGE, and adreN going to come in with a kill on NiKo. So a great opening here towards the bomb site. This is what they just did, Liquid, against their former opponents. Next with a long-range spray down there, dropping EliGE.
That's an excellent way to even things up here. Everybody's actually starting to get quite low. chrisJ, of course, goes in straight away. adreN is going to fall. Excellent shot with that AWP. He's looking for more. There's a player by Forklift. I think he may be unknown to chrisJ, but not for long. He'll find the shot onto Nitro. One more left, and chrisJ picks all of them up. This guy, he never hesitated for even a single second. Straight away in with a shotgun, almost like AWP play, and that was it. Another round picked up there. And I'm impressed. It's nice to see chrisJ feeling liberated, feeling confident. I mean, we all know what he's capable of when he really hits his flow. So to see that with the AWP so early on a map like Cache, that's going to be instrumental in Mousesports being able to stop some of these aggressive T rounds that Liquid have been so good at so far today.
Yeah, really good stuff. And I was watching that last game with Mousesports at the backstage, and I kept trying to tell them, I think Liquid on this particular map, we're going to win the majority of the rounds on the CT side as retakes. Because then you're moving again, then you're the one sort of forced to take the initiative, whereas the Ts are going to be standing still. It just feels like this patch has somehow opened up for a lot more of that. And again, there's lots of theories going on at this at the tournament here as to why that is. NiKo going to be falling down. He was boosted up on the cinder blocks here. It looks like there might be an A execute coming as EliGE is going to open up on next.
Yeah, this is very interesting, actually. They're trying to see if they can get a kill with all these grenades, trying to bait a movement from Mousesports. Mousesports have been calm, they've been patient, they've picked up the kill onto EliGE, and now goes in the push from Liquid. Denis down straight away. adreN with that Tech 9, absolutely deadly. 2 players out of the picture on the bomb site, which will free up Liquid for the bomb plant. Goppy's close in, though, with the M4. He's looking for a quick kill. chrisJ's going to give him some space. He's going to go straight around. They get flashed as well. Goppy's looking for a huge result, but once again, it's back to chrisJ.
And they should just be able to hide here. He puts up a grenade once, picks up an AK as well, but he's got a 1 versus 2. And that smoke, they know he's not in there defusing just yet. He has to try and look for the kill. FugLy hiding behind the box. Chris going to get the headshot. Now he's running back out, and yet Nitro's going to be there. AWP in hand, and that will seal the round. Very important round here for Liquid. That is going to put Mousesports in a very awkward spot right off the bat.
I actually thought that round was pretty cool because we saw that terrorists were able to throw all the nades in, but what they did before any of that was they threw some Molotovs into mid to allow a slightly easier time there for them to try to open an opportunity up in middle. And we saw that they lost a player there, so then their opportunity to double back actually fell away. But I like that they had that little extra bit in there, so they have more options if the A push didn't go so well. So lovely just a little thing from Liquid, but it really can add up to a big advantage if it does play into their favor, giving themselves more edges to work with. And now, once again, we're going to see them play the anti-eco. So Mousesports have had a really horrible time when it comes to getting reset on the money straight away on the CT side of Cache, and we all know how horrible that feels.
Yeah, definitely not a good time for them at all. I'm surprised that last, the 2 versus 4 that they had in the end there didn't work out better for Liquid. They did end up losing a bunch of players, but winning the round is still pretty important. Good little smoke being put up there from middle all the way towards the A side of the map, so just putting a bit of pressure on Mousesports, but they are going to commit to this site eventually, and it's just pistol, no armor inside. This is a really cool strat, actually. It's been a while since I've seen it. To deal with the anti-eco as well, but it's NiKo to pick up the frag onto Nitro. That will start things off okay for Mousesports, just with pistols. Oh my goodness, NiKo gets himself 2 more, and all of a sudden FugLy and EliGE are practically bleeding out at the moment. Just EliGE left now. Oh my god, what a round from Mousesports so far. How on earth is he going to clutch this one? The only saving grace is that they don't have any Kevlar, but it's not going to matter. And it seems like that round perhaps was a little bit too elaborate for the anti-eco, potentially. I have to be careful not to be too outcome-oriented, but I've seen that round a few times, and the idea is to jump through the smoke with some pop flashes for the A split. And I haven't seen that in months, and I did first see it in North America, actually, funnily enough. Yeah, I mean, it could have probably worked out, but it's hard to account for the fact that NiKo was going to pick up 3 kills with the pistol. Janko and I were sort of joking backstage a little bit, because obviously he's got a history of playing with NiKo. So, and sort of seen him come up as a player. I think there's almost like a little bit of, almost like brotherly, nearly pride going on there. And, you know, Hiko and I have a bit of a history as well. So we were doing this whole, you know, NiKo versus Hiko thing. Maybe that could be a matchup within the match here, but it's hard to predict who's going to come out on top of that fight. They're both really talented players. But if NiKo can put rounds like that on the board, then that's going to help Mousesports a lot.
And we can see in this round that Nex is deciding to go very, very close to mid, and Liquid are on the PT50 eco. So it's quite a cool position to play, but of course he's at risk there. But he does have a teammate by CT Connector who is going to be able to refrag him. There it is, Gobby. He's helping Nex out, and they will get the kills there in quick succession. Niko's trying to spray down into A main, although it's not going to go too well for him. So a bit of damage being done by Liquid so far. They would really like another kill here to really make this PT50 eco go as planned, but it's not going to happen. So good protection of the economy there from Mousesports, and they're kind of getting back into this one. But they need a really solid win now when they're picking up the AWP back onto chrisJ to start getting the momentum going, because that seems to be the problem all day today, that CT side struggles so much to close a couple rounds to get the economy going and to get the momentum. Yeah. And Liquid, they're even going with a half buy here just to get a bit more damage. So this is a really good opportunity for Mousesports.
It absolutely is. One guy going close to the boost in the middle from the CT side, obviously set up here for Liquid. Something that looks like it's going to eventually end up in a bit of an A push, but they're throwing the grenades and then running all the way back. So what they're in fact doing is faking. Look, when the grenades land, they're in middle. Now the question is, the Mousesport here, EliGE is just going to be the first guy in, trying to open up the bomb site. Chris in the corner, he's got a grenade out, Tech9 right in his face, and he's going to be gone. adreN now covering the vent here and trying to see if he can make it work. They only have the one rifle on EliGE currently, and otherwise it's just pistols. Hiko in the corner, instant headshot on Nex, goes for a second one, he can't shut down Denis. It's still going to be a 3 versus 3 here, and the bomb ticking away.
Gobby is trying to get in close, spraying on the legs and the head of Nitro. So how much more damage can be done? This is an excellent round so far for Liquid. FugLy's going to go in, he's going to spot a few players, and they should be able to get the defuse, but he's picking up an M4. That's another kill going to FugLy. Oh, might just get another one. No, NiKo will deny, and the bomb will be defused. But 3 kills in the bomb plant. Liquid are loving that, and we can see the strain it's going to put on Mousesports' economy after the buy comes in. But at least, you know, we're going to see now that Mousesports are going to have a good chance of getting some buys in. And once again, I'm curious how the dynamic's going to go with their CT setups and how Liquid will play, because Liquid have a good potential on the map like Cash to actually try to deduce what's going on with a good default and see, okay, are they playing 2-1-2? Are they playing 1-3-1? And then they can adjust their pace on which areas they attack based on what they see. But double up is definitely quite scary against the default and pick-based play.
Denis in the middle here, trying to open up, and Nitro's going to be running in adreN, and then Chris finally with the reply there, taking down FugLy, but it might have almost been too late here. 2-for-1 trade, and Liquid, they do slow down a tiny bit after that initial engagement, but now they're making their way up to that A bomb site. NiKo, the one AWPing here towards Highway, and he needs to get this kill. He spots the play out, goes back for a quick shot there. That's very fast indeed. Another flick comes through, and Nitro's going to be gone. And this is the side of NiKo we haven't seen too much. He's going to go for a 3rd kill, crouches on in, gets the leg shot in on Hiko, and very nearly drops in. It's 2 versus 3 now. Chris coming through after the flashbang. adreN very nearly dead, and now NiKo putting out a couple of flashbangs over the container. Is he going to be able to do it again? He's sneaking right through the smoke. 50 seconds left. He's out of the smoke now, but there's a guy to his left. He hasn't seen him yet. Hiko playing by the forklift. This 2 versus 2 is almost at an edge, and adreN going to pick up the kill. Now it's a triple, and Gobby goes down to Hiko. Somehow Liquid come out on top. What a ridiculous 2 versus 2.
Oh, and I know everyone's going to be thinking, what happened with chrisJ there? He took a very crazy engagement with that P250, and at the time it's like, you know, NiKo's pushing them back by himself, single-handedly. Excellent AWP plays, and you know, Yanko actually told me, you know, earlier, NiKo's AWPing, man, it's really, really sick. And as you say, it's not, we don't see it very often, but he's very capable of picking it up, and we saw just how pinpoint he was there. But they're going to lose that round, and that was one that they definitely should have had in the bag. Now Liquid, let's see how they want to play this round out. We've got a defensive approach from Mousesports. They've gone for a 1-3-1 at the start of the round, but it's quite a passive one. They've got a guy by the sandbags in mid, and chrisJ is going to have to back away after being smoked off. So I like this pace from Liquid. This is going to kind of reset the CT positions and allow a good mid-take in the middle to later stages of the round if they want to go for that. And with Hiko towards Squeaky, can't help but feel like they are thinking about potentially, depending on what happens with Hiko, getting in on that A split. But we'll have to see what happens here with Mousesports, because they're going to start wondering, and here we go. Smokes in, bit of information from Mousesports, but do Liquid commit?
Well, Nitro getting that opening frag for the smoke's obviously a big deal. Chris Spots out one guy outside of B, so now they've seen middle action, they've seen something outside of B, a good reason to believe that it might be a B hit coming if you're playing the CT side right now, but they're not quite committing to it. In fact, they're reading this as an A push, which is a really good job here on Gobi's side, just some good mid-round calls. It doesn't stop Hiko from opening up on next, that's from the squeak door, and now they should speed up behind it. 30 seconds left, Gob with the return now, 4 versus 3, and NiKo hiding in the smoke here. The rest of his teammates trying to fight. In the meantime, he comes out, he only gets the 1 kill. It's still a 2 versus 2 with about 20 seconds left, and who but chrisJ is going to be creeping through the smoke, almost point-blank AWP shot there, which is going to leave the Hiko trapped inside here. And this is a big round. If they win it, Mousesports are going to be completely broke. They won't be able to buy. He needs to clutch this. He's going to be walking out towards Forklift, puts a couple of bullets through, sprays down Gobi, and tries to make the jump up. Chris is on the other side. He's going to go for it, and Chris comes out on top. Was already scoped up and finishes the round. Plenty of time for the defuse.
I have to say, that was a genius round from Liquid. And okay, so the reason why that's so amazing by Liquid, right, is that they were able, of course, to get themselves the 4-man situation on the CTs quite quickly, and then they sat in mid. They didn't commit to that. You know, they had the smokes out, the wall smokes. Some teams would be like, you know, over-eager there. They jump into that B split, but what they did was they waited, and they set up the A split. And the reason why that's really smart is because the CT started thinking we're at a disadvantage. We have to go for the information play. The most common one is the A main pop flash play. We saw that, and they capitalized on the aggression and used that as an entry to the site. So I think that was a really smartly put together round by Liquid, and now we're going to see them trying to do a lot with a couple of Tech 9s, a few rifles, but Mousesports don't have the best buy themselves either.
No, in spite of winning that round, they're going to be really low on money, falling all the way back here with the UMP as Gobi. There's nobody in the bomb site. Chris playing at the edge of the smoke. He's flashed, but still trying to make his way through. Nothing's going to stop him, apparently. Gets a shot on adreN as well, but shot him back by Nitro. He's there all along, so it's still a 2 versus 3, and Hiko hiding in that corner. Could they get that bomb down? It's not that far away from one of their players, but Hiko goes down looking the wrong way at the wrong time. Denis picking up a double kill, and now Nitro misses a shot, and they should be able to get closer here. One more shot missed. NiKo going to be able to take him out, and a good round for Mousesports.
I really like that Mousesports were able to show that they could hold there, because that's one of those classic rounds where Liquid is saying, all right, we've played a lot of slow rounds. We've played, you know, we've mixed up the pace a little bit. Let's just try a fast push into B. Let's test them and see how their response is going to be. And that was actually quite a close round. They could have gone certainly either way, but it's nice to see that Liquid are giving kind of the breadth of their bag of tricks, let's say, to Mousesports, and to really test where the weaknesses are going to be. And unfortunately now, though, they're going to be on the eco.
Yeah, it looks like they're trying to creep close to the B bomb side again. I want to touch in this point that you were bringing up earlier, but first it seems like we're going to have a bit of a bloodbath here. Gobi, pretty long range with the M4, should be able to hold on, but Nitro running headshot with the Tech 9 on next, and Chris coming in from the high ground here, going to get the shot through the wall. It's a headshot on the adreN. Hiko and FugLy are going to be left. That's a ridiculous flick.
Absolutely, and Hiko not able to get a quick close range shot, and then there is the cleanup that Mousesports expected. But
so you were talking about this idea that Mousesports could try and get a good read on Liquid just based off what they're doing on the CT side and on the Terror side as well. But they did just watch this map that Liquid played versus Renegades. They've literally sat here and watched all of it. I know they were talking about it in German, but I took German for like 7 years or something in school. I was able to catch up a little bit what they were saying. And it's pretty clear they had some good idea about some of the sort of smoke tendencies, especially in the middle. But that was mostly on the Terror side, so I look forward to seeing if they're going to be able to sort of essentially outcall them on that side.
That's very interesting, actually. And Mousesports, they've decided to go with the double AWP once again. And NiKo with the aggression on Squeaky, but he won't find the shot. That was close, but not close enough. And Hiko's just trying to get some wallbang damage. In fact, he will get some damage onto NiKo. So the early damage exchanges are actually going the way of Liquid at the moment, and it's on both the AWPers as well. So that kind of shows us that, hey, they're not hitting their fast shots here. They're opportunities to really exert just the early round strength of the AWPs. And once we see Liquid getting closer and closer to his bomb sites, the AWPs are going to be harder and harder to play with, especially when all their smokes are blooming. And Liquid are looking for that later execution into the A bomb site. Looks like they might want a faster contact play, just a running execute in there, not highly telegraphed. And indeed, the grenades come in, but this counter grenade setup from Mousesports is really slowing them down and buying them loads of time for that reinforcements to arrive. And NiKo is there as well. This is scary.
Oh, wow, they missed the Molotov. That was supposed to have been hit in NiKo's corner. That's going to give him some time to just stand here. That's a really big deal, obviously. Just 30 seconds left. And now EliGE are going to try and commit to it. FugLy getting the refrag. Hiko taking down NiKo. And Chris with a double kill, looking for one more shot. Very nearly happening, but not quite. Now it's 3 versus 3. The bomb is still not down. It's by the forklift here. adreN looking for a kill, but he gets dropped. And now somebody else has to commit to it here. Nitro and Hiko are left. And as Nitro goes down, it's all on Hiko. And he drops to Chris. Ace from him, just shutting down the entire EliGE lineup. You were pointing this out, that he's been a sort of a bit more vocal, a bit more, you know, in the game here on LAN. And right now, he's just stepping it up.
Yeah, that was pretty amazing, to be honest. I look forward. This series, this is the start of the series, Anders. We can expect a lot more like that from chrisJ, I think. This is going to be good. And now 8-5.
What's his score? We'll bring up the scoreboard. What is his? 16 tied with Gob. Wow.
Not bad, and not bad indeed. But this is kind of scary for EliGE because they have been doing so well on their T sides. This is the first T side that they've played all tournament, which has not actually gone their way particularly on the scoreboard. So Mousesports really fighting back very well. And as you said, you know, they got to watch them play. It definitely must have helped them massively here because we also have NiKo in A main. I like how this has also freed up his rest of his teammates away from A into middle. So Mousesports have a really good understanding of what's going on. The only player who could really mess with NiKo is a guy in Squeaky at the moment, but Mousesports are a little bit wary of that, and NiKo is going to fall back. And it looks like EliGE want this slow pace and maybe a bit of a delayed mid-take to come on here. They've got lots of Tech 9s, so godB is in prime position to deal with it. Great flash coming in from his teammates. Avails him to get a quick cheeky frag. There's a second one on the follow-up as well. And Next is going to be cleaning out the rest of the players in mid. And this looks like a greatly executed defense here from Mousesports.
Very well done indeed. Some fist bumps all around there. And I think you're right, though. This CT side is looking really good for Mousesports. And it's about time I feel like we see a team really asserting control on CT side, because it feels like so many teams have been struggling. There's only one round left, and if EliGE want a chance, I think they actually need to pick this one. 9-6 and they're still in it, but I think 10-5 is a bit, that's almost a little bit too much for Mousesports.
It is unprecedented territory as far as the last few days is concerned, at least. And I'm curious now. Let's see how this plays out with EliGE basically occupying almost everybody in B storage. So Hiko is providing that lurk presence. We got the push coming in A main. Mousesports are working out what's going on. They're already positioning players. Hiko's got to be careful of the potential flank. In they go. godB was ready for it, but he gets fragged instantly. Now chrisJ's on the bomb site with the orb. Oh, great entry from EliGE, and all of a sudden, EliGE have the bomb site. And in comes the reinforcement for Mousesports, but will it be enough?
Well, NiKo picking up 3 kills. Is going to get the third one there on adreN. 2 of them headshots, and somehow that has magically brought them back into the game. It's now 2 versus 2 as they make their way out the vents. Hiko's going to be there to drop NiKo, and means Denis is in an awful position. Nitro's going to take him down. 9-6 is going to be a reality. Nitro and Hiko ending up top franking on EliGE there. First half of the first map is done with, but this could be quite an explosive game if EliGE pick up this pistol here in the second half.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. EliGE, the thing with their TT size recently, though, is that they've been definitely struggling on having the right players in the right places, and I think they've been a little bit slow in some of the past matches we've seen so far today on going for those the nice timings on the information plays and so on to work out what's happening. And of course, they didn't have as much time to prepare as Mousesports did, but they certainly have a lot of people that they can talk to them and give them a good idea and help them basically suss out, okay, these are the quick fixes we need. And from what I saw earlier, I really think it is quick fixes for EliGE. I don't think there's anything really systemic that's wrong with their play. So I'm expecting to see a better series here from them when it comes to their CT sides. But maybe this is the game to change it all in that sense.
I mean, I think a team like EliGE is in the same boat as a bunch of teams that, we don't necessarily consider to be in the top 10. Face is that they need a deeper, map pool. As soon as they face a top team, sort of a top 10 team, like potentially Mousesports, suddenly the banning process becomes really tricky. So I think that's something that they can just work on, just put in the time. But it's not such a long time ago that Hiko joined the team here, and I think that's also had a positive impact overall.
Yeah. I mean, Hiko has a presence. He's quite a presence about him, and
but I mean, he definitely does, and you know, I don't think anyone could doubt that I'm obviously a big fan of his play and his style and everything. But it is also a presence that sort of takes up a lot of space. So if you're not willing to, you know, give him that space to work with, you know, how many times have we already seen Hiko be the last guy left alive to, you know, clutch a 1vx situation? It's because he's an incredible player doing it. So kind of, you know, if you want someone left alive to do it, it probably is Hiko. But you gotta sacrifice some other things too. So it's like a nice little thing they've got going on. I think they found good roles for everyone in this team now. I think that's one of the key features. One of the things that Sadikis was talking about earlier as well. Like, you know, Nitro doing a lot of the entry fragging now seems to suit him better. Matthew was bringing up that point earlier a lot. So
yep.
I think that's definitely true.
The only thing that can I guess you can really look at Liquid and be like, I'm not sure about this, is still, I suppose, the fact that adreN is AWPing and calling, because anyone who's tried that knows it's very, very, very difficult to do. And it definitely, you can't be, let's say, you can't unleash someone like, you know, JW. Like, JW wouldn't be able to do that, for example. It's not the kind of play style. So it's an interesting thing, but I think if you understand the limitations of it, it does free up a lot of things as well. It's like you say, you give something up to gain something else. And as long as you understand what it is and you play within your limitations correctly, I think it can really work out. And I think that's been part of the reason why Liquid have, you know, struggled majorly in the past, not just because maybe the players and the roles didn't fit so very well, but finding that balance there for adreN as well, I think has been difficult, because we all know that he really understands the game. If you ever have a conversation with adreN, this guy gets the game very, very well.
He does YouTube videos every once in a while, and they're always really good and really worth listening to. So if you guys don't know that already, you're missing out. Second half coming up, still the first map here. 2 Molotovs being picked up, and a smoke, and 2 HEs on Liquid. Only FugLy with armor and a pistol, and that's a bit strange. Actually, very strange indeed. But we'll see if it's going to pay off. They've got a pretty big stack going on over here at B.
Yeah, I actually understand why they've done this, but if Mousesports go for a fast B play, it kind of blows up their kind of their A retake strategy here with the grenades, and I guess it will also help them in defending the B push. But as you say, there is definitely quite the risk there, not having the Kevlar against the oncoming Glocks. They're very scary. That aim punches are very real threats.
Yeah, and I think the problem with Molotovs and pistol rounds, this is something we've been talking about so much in the past on Inferno, is that if you put that Molotov down as people are sort of rushing in, so it sort of lands on their feet, they won't stop. I mean, maybe in a rifle round they will, but in a pistol round, they're not going to stop. They will keep going, and they probably should keep going. Those Molotovs, they're pretty good, but they're not good if they're just going to tick for 1 or 2 damage, or 1 or 2 damage sort of waves. You need a little bit more. Bomb still heading towards the A bomb site. Nitro here clicking away blindly. What a third member, and that's chrisJ carrying that bomb. And look at the rotation here. Liquid, they're so sure it's a B push, and they are dead wrong.
Yeah, this is unfortunate, and I think I've got quite a good theory about the incendiaries as well. I think the B was not the intention at all with that, and well, I love the slow round into the fake. They wasted all the grenades, so that advantage that maybe they could have had. I mean, they've only got a few nades left at this point, and that was, they invested so much in it. And here comes Liquid now. They've got to combine forces. There's a big rotation. Can they get the coordination in there? We'll get the trades coming in straight away. NiKo for Nitro, adreN for NiKo, but now close range. Got beat by the forklift, looking for those shots on the Glock. We've got chrisJ still alive by quad. His teammates are getting quite low, but this is looking quite good. But all of a sudden, Hiko just turns around and slaps chrisJ down. Oh, and he gets got B as well. But the time, it's just not enough time, and the round will be won by Mousesports. But Anders, I think what they were going for with those grenades was the old existence style thing, where you play a retake, the T's plant really, really open on A, you get the smoke defuse to force them out of the A main, and then the incendiaries around that area, basically. So they have to rush forward through the incendiaries you've already thrown.
I'm inclined to agree. I think the confusing thing is that if they really wanted to keep doing that, this, by the way, is kind of ridiculous, the fact that they actually get these last kills in.
Yeah.
If he could have had the defuse kit, it might actually have worked out, but the confusing thing is the guy playing truck, which I think might have been Nitro, should have then kind of stuck around and not also rotated B, because then that means they got the information that it is an A push really late.
Yep.
Like way too late, essentially.
Definitely.
So a little bit too much of a rotation towards B. FugLy going down, standing still in that up against that wall. Nitro and Hiko are left. I hope people are keeping count again on, you know, who's being active and who's being passive here, or who's taking the initiative in these fights. I'd like someone to present me with like a complete score at the end.
Yeah, this force fight's not really worked out too well for Liquid, and oh dear. This is of course going to mean that their buy later on is going to be much weaker than it otherwise would be, and well, Mousesports are going to have a really strong start in the economy. So Liquids are going to have to find something I'm not sure what approach they're going to take here, because one of the things that is really nice about starting with a good economy on the CT side is that you kind of get to test out some basic setups. You get to feel out how Mousesports default works against your default, and you get to see, okay, you know, this kind of feels good, that feels kind of good. Okay, we have space to be aggressive here, we have space to be aggressive there, and so on and so forth. But when it comes to this situation Liquid are in, they kind of get 2 chances within 5 rounds of actually saying, okay, how do we defend this? And if you get that one shot, it blows up, and you're like, oh my god, next shot, we've already lost 5 rounds. It's like the pressure mounts very quickly, and with such a big deficit already, Liquid are going to have to really keep their composure here.
Well, they are starting to fall a little bit behind here, 11-6. They still don't have the economy to put together any kind of reasonable buy. One of the things that I know Mousesports were talking about before the game, you know, translating my German as best as I could, is that they've sort of noticed that if you wait until late in the round, Liquid are prone to giving up mid-control a lot. So that can spawn a lot of different strats, but especially towards the B-bomb site. This time it's just a quick rush, 5 people out of the B-bomb site trying to catch somebody, and Gobby's got the perfect weapon to stop this. A lot of money in his pockets.
Yeah, the ump is lovely, and that's actually in a pretty unexpected position as well. Hard to check for it. And Denis is going to wrap around the back as well, so pretty well done here by Mousesports to claim the bomb site. They've actually not lost even any HP at this point, so you know that they're doing something right. And Gobby holding a nasty off angle, as well as NiKo. They got almost like this weird crossfire on these angles, so this is going to be pretty disgusting if they manage to walk in. But NiKo's actually going to get boosted on. He's not going to expect this, and he's going to go down, and they might be able to claim the weapon as well. But Gobby is there to try and stop that, to make sure that they can't pick up a single edge here. He doesn't want to let them get their way back into the game in any small sense possible.
I mean, 3 kills for Gobby and picks up the AK at the end, which means he doesn't have to rebuy that, or he could maybe drop it for NiKo who died. But either way, it's obviously a lot of money in his pockets here moving forward. 12 rounds, I believe it is, for Mousesports here. I think finally Liquid should be able to put together some sort of buy. That won't be really an impressive buy. No AWP, limited Molotovs, or none in fact. So they got to be careful.
Oh, and they're doing the 1-3-1 straight away, and they are thinking of going for the boost. So they want to get aggressive. Will EliGE just wait though, or will he actually try to go over? He might want to see some information from a teammate, but there's not. Everyone is coming into mid, so they don't have the ability to get much info on the A bomb site. FugLy is going to spot some nades. This is actually a fast push, and we'll get the flank coming in as well from Liquid. Can it do enough damage? So far, EliGE is really fast. He's sprinting up. He's going to fight the spray. Both players going down. EliGE is going to do it. He's going to hold on to the flank as well. Still, as Nex will pick up the bomb. This is such a hard clutch for Nex now. He's half health as well. He does have time, but that's more or less the only thing that he's got going in his way.
We'll see. Half HP, smoke on his hands here. None of the Liquid players have been tagged out, so it is indeed going to be kind of a rough 1 versus 2 here for Nex. But maybe if you get the bomb down, he might be able to do it. He tries to walk away a little bit, takes an initial fight. He's so sure someone is in main, and it isn't. Instead, it's EliGE lurking on highway to pick up the 3rd kill, I think, in the round for himself. And a decent round for Liquid, even if they only survive with 2 members, which is not great. Still, you know, decent winning the round at this point.
I love how EliGE just decided, I'm just going to go straight all the way around to mid and just join my teammate. So that, because the way you win those 1 versus 2s is combining 2 1 versus 1s. And of course, eliminate the possibility of that raises your chances. So definitely great fundamentals there coming out of EliGE, good decision making. And Mousesports with a default approach. They've got players on B storage. They've got a player, chrisJ, with the orb looking in towards Squeak as well. So at the moment, they should see a pretty slow round. Depends on EliGE here, as he does have the option to maybe pick up a kill as the terrorists start to try and take more real estate towards vent room. They really want to take control of that area, and they might just be able to do it. Denis will take the kill into EliGE, and they've got a smoke wall to cover their approach. But will they go for it?
Right now, 3 people more or less stacked up towards B, which is going to leave just a single one on A. Flashbang through Denis, in spite of being down to 12 health from the first engagement. EliGE is going to pick up the 2nd kill there on Hiko. So the attempted aggression, which I generally favor when you're down a man like this on CT, so I think is a good idea to try and see if you can't get some info and maybe even a bit of a surprise kill. Just not working out. Mousesports solidly holding on to that round here, and 35 seconds as they try and get onto the A-bomb site where Nitro's holding. I think FugLy's boosted up as well. And FugLy's position is great, except for if people are coming up on highway, then it's awful. He's going to pick up a headshot there on NiKo, making the most of it. FugLy gets a second one. Nitro's there as well. They're actually bringing it back. And Nitro walks into the spray, takes down godB, and now it's all on chrisJ here. 18 seconds for a 1 versus 2, and he's been doing it all game long. He's got very little time. Smokes off to the one side. It'd have to be a triple kill here. He's going to go for the plant right in front of adreN, and he's actually going to be walking through for Mars. Is going to be missing. Just what on earth is going on? chrisJ, he's missing the no-scopes, and there comes adreN with the kill to shut him down. If that had worked out, I think maybe Liquid would have just left the server.
Yeah, oh my goodness. I mean, you highlighted it so well. That position from FugLy's great, unless the guy comes from short from highway, and that's exactly what happened, of course. But because of the good communication on Liquid, he was really well aware of what was weak in his position, and he dealt with it, got straight down when his position was given up, as we can see, picks up another quick frag before the enemies can really react, and he's kind of beating the communication there as someone from short is able to call that he died from that position. So really amazing stuff there from Liquid. Really good, great communication. And it all makes a difference. So adreN with the little Molotov there, the incendiary, to prevent any fast boosts over the top, and just general counter grenades here to slow the terrorists down in their early map control attempts. But Mousesports aren't going to be playing a particularly fast round here, I don't think. They are spreading out quite a bit. Although that said, Denis is trying to work his way towards vent, and we do have a very defensive Liquid. Both players on B giving up vents completely. They're on the bomb site. I think this is going to tell Mousesports that they should really be thinking about taking mid here. Should be for free.
Whoa, NiKo opening up sprays, but FugLy's there with the return, so a bit of a shame. That would have been a big opening if you could have got the second kill. Denis creeping on in here, bit of a flashbang comes out, but he's occupying a strong position right now. If they can just zone out that B defense even a little bit, one good smoke, one good Molotov to make sure that the two players, now 3 from Liquid on this site, can't help each other out, then Mousesports are able to break it apart. It's 4 versus 4 right here, and about 40 seconds left, and there's a guy by truck, but he's really close by. chrisJ, he could wreck this defense. 1 kill here on FugLy, and the whole Liquid lineup is going to have to suddenly be focused on something else.
You can really see FugLy is so aware, though, of how fragile his position may be. And in goes the push there. Hiko's going to get burned out of position. adreN picks up a frag at EliGE as well. And now chrisJ has to make something happen. But FugLy's actually gone past the angle. And chrisJ doesn't even have any teammates left to work with, as the bomb site has been defended excellently by Liquid. Oh, adreN even picks up that kill. That is just insult added to injury. Really well done by Liquid. So efficient.
I disagree with the priority in which that push was made there for Mousesports. I think chrisJ should have been the initiation of it. I understand that if they get in and get the bomb down, then having chrisJ in that middle is going to be round winning instantly. It's almost 100% that you'll win the round if the bomb is down and you have a team middle like that. But I feel like it'd be better to use him to break whatever defense is going on mid, because even if he kills FugLy at car, which is far away from B, the B players are suddenly going to have to sort of worry and look back, and so is adreN here. He gets a kill at adreN, but he goes down to next.
Yeah, Nitro's going to try to respond, though, going aggressive in A-Main. Go for the spray with the MP7. A little bit labored, but he will pick up both kills in the end, and that's the bomb down as well. So a little bit of trouble here, but it looks like they are controlling issues. That said, next will pick up another sneaky kill, but he's down to 21, and he's on some horrible ranges. Although he does have a Tech 9, never underestimate it. Here we go, there's the peak from Nitro, down to 7 now, and he will be eliminated. And to add to your point, I wonder if maybe they miscommunicated how many players would be rotating from A, because that then can change it maybe a little bit there. chrisJ's maybe expecting 2 people, and maybe then they're thinking, okay, the B site is much easier to take than it actually was in reality, because I think they had a bit of a surprise there that there's so many people behind those smokes.
It could well be, and it's obviously very hard for us to always know exactly how that's working out. But Liquid, they are sort of, you know, putting together a bit of a comeback here, you know. 10, 12, only 2 rounds behind. Still money on Mousesports to be able to put a buy together, but actually go for both teams. If they lose this round, it's probably going to be an eco. I guess maybe if Liquid lose the round but make it super close with the, you know, one person surviving from Mousesports, they might be tempted to just try and force it up, but Mousesports definitely won't have a chance to do that.
Yeah, it's it'll be interesting to see how the Molotovs get used here as well. There's lots of those, but godB's the guy actually going to open up the map here, taking a one-on-one in mid. Out of all the players in the lineup, godB's probably the least expected to take a role like that, but he's going to bust open middle single-handedly. But we've got adreN in position, looking for the head. And we know godB is thinking about trying to get himself up there into the vent position as the pressure has been applied and the space has been created. But looks like the Oppa will be smoked away. And Mousesports, with all this space, are going to start using it. And Nitro's going to have to see if he can get a kill and some information here to give Liquid an edge back into this one, because they don't know what's going on just yet. And Mousesports are beginning to pinch that A-bomb site.
If you look at the clock here, they don't have a lot of time to rotate anywhere else either. 30 seconds. Bomb is right by the boost here. Nitro, he hears the door open, down to 25 seconds. Now they're coming for him. And both sides, he's actually sandwiched in, and he has to get a quick kill here. NiKo crouches in to pick up the headshot. It's the beginning of a nice A hit as Denis chimes in. He's finally going to go down, but FugLy in that bomb site. I mean, they've got 2 people here. They don't even want to rotate out that. Molotov spreading to Chris, but not even a chance for a retake here. Nicely played round for Mousesports.
Yeah, I actually kind of respect that Liquid decided that, you know, because they had no information, I think, and they weren't sure how to get the information, because we already saw that there was a peek. I believe it was from Nitro in A main, and he didn't see anything. So they were thinking, well, I guess we should try to stack A, because they just didn't know what was going on. And we can see that Mousesports they had a player coming up short, and I think Liquid felt it was too risky maybe to peek into mid, because they just didn't know what was going on, so they decided to gamble it all on that B push. It didn't end up happening, and they were 2 out of position. But I kind of like what they did with the little information they had. It was just kind of a really sucky position to be in. But then again, we're going to throw it back to godB. He walked into mid-Anders and just nailed a dude in the face. Good on godB.
And nailed the dude. I like how you put that, Dan. Well, it's, I mean, I think this round was also partly down to that thing that I was talking about earlier, which is Mousesports realizing and noticing that Liquid's sort of emphasis on middle tends to evaporate a little bit later in the round. They sort of fall back and leave more room, which means they could use that for any number of things. And as soon as NiKo gets a kill over by a main, they think, all right, how many more people could really be here? I mean, if there's anyone there, they're probably going to be on highway, which means we can easily push into A. This is a bit of a standoff. EliGE and Chris and Nex are right on the other side. He pops up, and Chris takes his face off. Nex to follow up on Nitro. Great start.
Oh, that's almost a round just done and dusted at this point. Liquid are going to have to do something pretty miraculous, because they're getting so many terrorists now flooding into the A-bomb site from all sides. And here it is, adreN. He gets caught out of position as well. That's 3 players caught out of position, essentially, in this round. FugLy, though, it caught with that fam has 2 quick kills. He's trying to hold on, but the nades, they rain in. Unrelenting.
And once again, it's Hiko now in a 1 versus 3. Tries for the long-range spray. Drops Gob, ready for someone to come up from behind. He's partly right, but it's a little bit further away, and Chris will take him out. And that will be another round for Mousesports here. They're getting really close to winning this map, and it's impressive. They're grinding out the rounds. They seem to be playing much better in this match than they were earlier today. Yeah,
and something about Hiko there, like we saw at the end, I want to point out, we saw the spray around short. Hiko, what he really understands about the clutching and whole game sense idea is that game sense largely is based on experience, about having all these different outcomes in your mind, in your position, how the players will play against you, and narrowing it down and committing to certain outcomes, basically. And Hiko commits, man. He's like, someone's going to peek me from short. And if someone had tried to do that, they'd be very dead.
Well, we might see a Zeus kill here. EliGE is certainly ready for it. Interesting position. We saw this tried earlier as well. If anyone comes to the vent, might have a really bad time. EliGE coming up from behind, trying to get close, but Nex, you could really need to hear the words, "Don't tase me, bro," coming out of his mouth. But Nitro is going to be left alone here.
Yeah, I was saying to Vince last night when we were doing a cast that the taser really reminds me, not sure maybe I said to you, I can't remember, you both look alike, it's so hard Anders to differentiate the two, but basically it reminds you of the probe attack from StarCraft.
Yes.
The little taser, man. Although this one is significantly more effective, but hey.
There is similarity, you're right. I wish it wasn't so effective. I feel like it's maybe a bit too much, but I guess we'll get some stats on that eventually. Oh.
Can't believe his eyes.
Yeah.
That's what's going on. So finally, CT rounds being won.
It's just Nitro getting himself super ready for grinding out 5 rounds in a row, putting it in overtime. I believe this can happen.
Wow.
And adreN starting off with a shot on godB. There was some sort of internal clock ticking away in his head, and somehow it landed right on point there. 5 versus 4. EliGE up on the box, ready and waiting. They're going to come around the corner, and he goes down. Denis, the one taking the initiative. Hiko in the back line takes 1, takes 2, but then Chris is there and he seems to almost be Hiko's nemesis in this first map here. 2 versus 3. Bomb is going to go down next, covering all the way from checkered, and there's got a lot of time, NiKo, for this retake, and the last Molotov just put out for Mousesports.
Yeah, I think Hiko did just barely enough there to make this a doable round. In this position, we have chrisJ on the bomb site because the plant is not perfect. And next is below. He's got a great off angle to the heaven area as chrisJ awaits patiently. And he is now the only person left. Can he pull it off? There's the first frag with the AK, but they're bearing down his position from both sides. chrisJ gets the second. In comes the third, and chrisJ, he's going to deliver. And there it is. Cash is going to be taken by Mousesports. And Gobi's ecstatic. He's elated after the previous performances. I wouldn't blame him. This is a good showing.
And look at that. People sort of rushing in to congratulate Chris there on a really well-played first map. You can't blame them either. Very, very impressive. 1 versus 3 there at the end. And also, I mean, a bit of a breakdown, I think, on Liquid's part as well. I mean, yeah, he played those angles really well. But that also seemed like one of those situations where they should have been able to use all their players to sort of take him down instead of a little bit more one at a time there. That's the first map going in favor of Mousesports. Second map coming up. It's going to be on cobblestone and then potentially Inferno to close it out on. Very interesting. Look at this here.
Here's the timings I need to pay attention to. Peak. And it's about a good 2 seconds between the first peak and the second peak there. So 3 one-on-ones.
Even adreN going in first there, you know, you feel like there should have been a little bit of time where they could have just waited and said, let's get ready. But we're going to get into the last map, or not the last map, but the next map here in just a couple of seconds after a quick break.
flight 527 ready for departure.
Welcome back, everybody, to the grand finals here at Dreamhack Stockholm, Sweden. Are you guys ready?
In control, and Nathanius. Guys, are you hyped for this finals?
I am Richard Lewis, your host for the CSGO desk, and with me a plethora of stars.
Welcome to the Nordic Championship in Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, broadcast here live in Stockholm, Sweden.
Good evening and welcome to the Aces ROG Dream League live from the Dreamhack Monster.
Pixel and Jaskell, and
I really do think that there were at least 2 or 3 rounds in that first half, and now
Sit tight, you're in for an amazing, amazing match.
Welcome to the drawing board. So the fight I've chosen is the Roshan fight.
we're going to be bringing you some really cool stuff. I hope we got some celebrities in the studio.
That's right, the metagame will be shifting. That's what makes it really exciting, and we want you guys to be excited as well.
This guy is a beast, man. Back when I was living in Korea and practicing there, I was playing
It's
a lot.
a big deal for your career, for your life in general.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be the second map coming up now here, Cobblestone, between Team Liquid and Mousesports. I'm Anders. With me is DDK, and that first match there, the first map, had a rather exciting ending with chris's 1 versus 3.
Yeah, and but you know, we questioned it, to everyone else questioned it. It was an awesome series of kills from chrisJ, but also uncharacteristic of some of the Liquid's recent matches. We saw a little bit of uncoordination there on the attack. We saw it specifically in the replay as it slowed down. It's like, you know, going in slow motion, you're like, oh, actually looks a little bit worse than it should. And that's something that on this map, Liquid, their coordination into their B attacks was so delicious to watch. It was really, really nice. Good Counter-Strike, really good Counter-Strike when they played earlier today. So I would love to see that again from them, absolutely.
Yeah, just a moment of a misstep there, and they end up in a situation where they sort of end up giving chrisJ essentially the space for that 1 versus 3, which was nicely enough done by him. But I mean, yeah, something that Liquid haven't been doing too much. If it was CLG, on the other hand, I wouldn't even be surprised.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, CLG.
Yeah.
Just
maybe.
running one. I'm just joking.
Maybe.
I can't help it. Moses isn't here. Someone has to stamp it, you know, CLG every once in a while.
Hey, I was kind of blown away by how they stepped it up, actually. You know, I'm full respect mode for CLG. I mean, yesterday
they are really good.
They are really good. I mean, their first match, they looked a bit shaky, but then the second was completely different. They tightened up so much. Really cool to see. But anyway, something that's different about this match. You know, we were talking about Liquid's great T side previously against Renegades, but the thing about this match is that we've got a lot of AWPers here that can very capably lock down the A side of the map, as well as really have a big impact on the B side of the map here for Mousesports. We've already seen, you know, NiKo going at it with his AWP, and I have no idea what he's going to decide to do, but whatever it is, it's usually going to involve a lot of dead opponents, so it's going to change the dynamics for Liquid's T side here for sure.
Yeah. Do you want to venture a bet who's going to win this map, Dan? You've got a good feeling.
Do I have a feeling? Do I have the feeling?
Do you have any feelings?
I don't know. I want to fire those cannons. That would give me a good feeling. They're just sitting there. I just want to fire those things off, man. Anyway, I'm going to go with I'm gonna go with, oh my god, it's impossible landers. I'm gonna go Mousesports. Actually, I'm gonna bet on them. I think that they watch Liquid, and I think that they're gonna remedy all the mistakes that we were so critical of them for on the analyst desk earlier.
Well, Mousesports are going to start on the CT side. Liquid gets to start on the favorite side here, terrorist side, and they are setting up towards drop zone. Got the bomb here. Gobi ready and waiting with the 5-7 in hand. A lot of people coming in. He hits one headshot. EliGE gets the return. Nexus here with the duel. He's trying to see if he can make it work. He's doing the damage and getting the kills. He's got 3 bullets left, and Denis there to help out. Then now all the way back at A, but without the bomb. adreN and Hiko here. 2 versus 4. Great defense put up there in drop zone.
Yeah, I love how everyone is buying the dualies to defend drop these days. It's quite awesome. Either way, adreN and Hiko, hand in hand, looking to get through these choke points. And Mousesports, I mean, they're going to surely play this correctly. There's a bit of a peak. Got to be careful not to lose your head in these little engagements. And I mean, they've got to go through 2 choke points, well, more than that, to get the bomb and getting it down. I don't even want to fathom what's going to happen if they even get that far. And you can see Mousesports know that they're in such a strong position. It's so hard for them to give this up.
I think this is a round you only lose from Mousesports' point of view if you start making mistakes. Otherwise, if Liquid play as well as they can, you should be winning every time pretty much. Next with the duel, he's getting another kill in. adreN trying to do the damage, escaping, but he gets caught right at the corner there. No. And that might have been his death. It's not sure that he would have won it if he had made it out there, but that kind of was his end. So a little bit of movement issues, and that was going to be it. And Gobi, he's just all smiles, isn't he?
He looks a lot happier than earlier. It is early days in Cobble, but he does look a lot more content. And it does make me think as well that they definitely looked at their previous match from Cobble and also Liquid's one. So this is why I went to bet with them, even though we saw a good T side from Liquid earlier. Now we're gonna have the Tech 9s in play for them. The Force Buy with the Kevlar comes out as well. And Mousesports will spot with chrisJ that there's actually nothing going on. So they know that it's going to be a B. They're putting the rotations in place as well. So this is going to be an expected push from Liquid. It's all going to be down to how well Mousesports are practiced at holding these Tech 9 pushes on the B bomb site. They can be quite devastating. And getting down drop is quite scary as well. And there are the first initial frags coming in. We've got Denis still locking the choke point down. Can anyone get through? Hiko's going to back away. He's low, and in comes the flank from chrisJ. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. They all fall, only for 2 lost players, and that is that's great. That's really great for Mousesports. They're still really in control of the situation.
Yeah, nice to pick up some of those rounds with the SMGs as well. I'm excited to see Gobi this excited. I know he puts a lot of work into it, so it must feel really good to see it pay off as well. I think conversely, when things start to go bad, he's also one of the people to look for, sort of body language-wise, and just generally his facial expressions look like he takes it, a little bit personally almost when his team doesn't quite function. Yeah, so a dedicated man either way. 3rd round coming up here. It's just going to be pistols and no armor. FugLy.
With a Glock, Anders.
Yeah.
With a Glock.
I've got no explanations for you, Dan.
That is, I don't know. Either way, can they actually capitalize here on the chaos? Looks like chrisJ is just going to get a, no, not quite, and it's going to be Nitro that sneaks away and will pick up a kill. So 2 frags going towards Liquid there. And I mean, in the previous round, we saw that the Force Buy came in, and Mousesports, they had minimal losses there. So they were set up to take this next round really clean against the Kevlarless Glocks, and then boom, they build an economy. But now actually, those 2 kills, that's actually a really big deal for going into these next rounds when you want to try to destabilize the CT economy. And we can see that the weapon advantage is also with Liquid. So will they get these good executes on B? It looks like they're going for it.
4th round is coming up here. Liquid with the chance to do some good damage. They are really quick out towards the plateau. EliGE, actually the one leading the charge, and not Nitro this time around. He's playing in the rest of the squad, who is right behind it. They're just waiting for someone to peek. They really want that early entry before they explode onto the bomb site, but you can bet you once they go, they're gonna go all in here. 1 minute and 10 seconds. NiKo boosted up on tree, and Gobi is gonna be boosted up and drop, so NiKo picking up a kill. Gob just holding it down, but he's gonna go down to FugLy. So a quick trade.
I love how they're trying to get aggressive as well on Nikola before they push in, but now adreN's getting close. Does he have the support? Looks like NiKo's able to thin out his reinforcements here. adreN getting close though. Will he find a kill? No, Next spots the engagement, and NiKo as well coming into play. And Mousesports read that round very effectively, and I have to re-emphasize here. They knew that Liquid were going for that push, but we saw Gobi get pushed up with the P90 into that boost angle, and that's really important, because if you let the T's just do what they want for free, then you can have some problems. But Liquid, they got thrown through a loop there.
I also think Liquid, I mean, like I was saying, my expectation, my assumption was that as soon as they sort of faced anything, any kind of engagement, then they would really try and go for it. Instead, it seemed like they kept slowing it down. They kept thinking, any minute now, Mousesports is going to peek in and we can get some good kills here. This round, though, no armor and pistols, trying to see if they can make it work. And Denis having a field day. Yeah,
it looks like there's no damage done by Liquid just yet, and that bomb is in a really horrible place, just sitting there in the middle of the room. And behind the choke point as well. Denis will peek out and get himself the quad kill. And with the help of godB, everyone will die. So, again, Mousesports looking pretty strong. But I don't think we've seen nearly the last of the B aggressions coming in from Liquid. I think we're going to see a lot more of those. And that's kind of the typical on this map as well. And also, I think that once the AWPs start to come into play, Liquid will definitely, I mean, they'll be wanting to test the A side of the map, but that could also be an issue as well. And actually, adreN is going to be picking up the AWP for Team Liquid, so it does suggest that they're going to get themselves into some fragging positions towards A, just to at least clean it out. And they've done the normal standard kind of play here. They've sent a player down towards B plat to kind of see what's going on.
Sixth round here. Be nice for Liquid to pit some rounds on the board early on, as we were introducing this map with. The terrorist side should really be the favored one. Gob once again boosted up here, but he's going to get shot down. Jumping in, EliGE will take down chrisJ. And this is a very strong opening. They've got so much time. This should be easy enough for Liquid to convert it into a victory if they just sort of pile up their forces and hit a bomb site in force. And there's another shot coming through adreN to take down Denis.
Yeah, this is a really unfortunate round here for Mousesports. They took a couple gambles, didn't work out, but Nex is going to find himself 2 quick kills. He is going to be swapping out the rifle, and he's got 3 players left. He's got 5 HP stuck in a corner behind the APC. Not going to happen. It was a valiant effort to go down swinging, but I mean, that was a really interesting situation where we saw a couple risks again taken by Mousesports, and they got punished pretty hard by just the perfect setups from Liquid. So really nice to see that was going to happen, but I don't think we'll see too many rounds play out like that. And now the AWP is going to come into play for Mousesports, so this is going to throw in a really different dynamic. Will adreN be able to best chrisJ?
He's been playing well, I think, in this tournament so far, adreN, and this time he is going to get the better of chrisJ. And that's a good start, I think, for Liquid if they can start shutting down chrisJ a little bit. I mean, it is a bit worrying that Nex and Denis have 10 and 8 kills, and I think only 2 deaths each, so they're really playing well at the moment, but I guess chrisJ with his 27 or some kills on cash, it'd be nice if they can defuse him just a little bit.
Yeah, Denis is going to find some contact here, and he's actually alone. Normally, you know, you would expect to have some support in this position, but he's going to have to do everything alone. He's going to spot the player, he gets the information for his team, and Denis is in crisis mode right now. He knows that he can get cut off, he can't run the normal route back, he could get caught out, so he's going to try to play it sneaky and try to stay alive, and he's done a great job in doing so and giving the information for his team. He's still keeping tabs on the situation as well, and now he's got 2 extra players on the A bomb site to play with. So Team Liquid is slowing it down. We've got the 5 versus 4 situation as chrisJ is indeed dead. And Team Liquid are gearing up for the push now. In come the grenades towards the A bomb site. The bomb is on that side as well. So we'll see the defense play out here. But Mousesports have players in place.
Well, Denis trying to see if he can get anything done here from the doorway, while on the bomb site itself we've got godB and Nex as well, and Nex gonna pick up the 1 kill there on Nitro. Denis helping out, and godB, well, he's gonna go down, but is it too late? EliGE and adreN, the only 2 left. Nex goes down, and it's still a 2 versus 2. 15 seconds here. adreN, he's gonna have to move out of this position. They might actually come for him here. Denis with a bit of a mistake. That's gonna open it up, and he's looking for another shot. 7 seconds, 6 seconds. He gets caught by NiKo, and that's gonna be the round for Mousesports, and that will crumble the economy of Team Liquid here. This is a fantastic start.
I was really scared there that they would be a little bit too overeager, and we actually saw that. That could have gone really poorly. I mean, we saw the P250 come out, just one errant bullet connecting with their head, and all of a sudden the round can actually go the other way. So, I mean, I guess they really didn't want that bomb to go down. Either way, 6-1 is the score, and Liquid not with the best buy in the world. So this is very suggestive that they're going to go for the B play, and indeed they are making their way quickly for that play. And Mousesports have 2 players quick on the flank too, so just have to have Nex and NiKo holding on well here, and the counter flashes are perfect. NiKo and Nex, the combo, are doing an excellent job, and look at the flank.
Wow. Denis getting ready to mow some people down. Nex actually going to steal every single one away. They're all headshots. He just comes charging in. What the hell is going on? Nobody from Liquid even had any way to reply from that.
I don't even know, like, Nex just jumps up and just goes through Anders. I don't even know, but somehow he gets all 3 kills. That was really good by NiKo and Nex there. And I love that the A players, and they had the cognitions to actually play an aggressive A around that time to go for some info. Because we saw, I mean, 20 seconds in the round, they already flanked the entire Team Liquid team. So Mousesports showing some really good understanding of the pacing of these rounds. And we are going to see Liquid again on the save. And this is starting to turn into a pretty problematic situation, because we all saw how their CT side panned out earlier against Renegades.
Oh, NiKo and gobby helping out a tiny bit here as well. Got 3 bullets left. Maybe should think about falling back, and indeed he will. EliGE and adreN left, and this is turning into a truly awful first half here for Team Liquid. Even as they're doing a little bit of damage at the end of this round, it won't really make up for it.
No, it really won't. And it does make you wonder what are Liquid going to think to try. They haven't actually gone for a lot of early presence onto the A side of the map, and that could be something that they could try to exploit. But the problem is that we should have more than enough money to see chrisJ back on the AWP, and he's going to be quite a scary factor. And we talked about this before as well. Playing into A is going to be much more scary against Mousesports than Renegades because of chrisJ and his potential to basically do anything with the AWP. We did see him go down to adreN previously, and it looks like they're actually going to stay on the rifle setup. So full rifles for Mousesports, full rifles and a bunch of grenades with Liquid, and it looks like they are going to open up with a default here towards A.
15, 4, and 3 right now on Nex, who has been playing quite well here in the first half. Second map, Denis hiding in the smoke in middle. They're right on the other side. Chris playing in that tiny wooden fortress there. It's going to end up falling back as Denis goes down. It's now still plenty of time left. The bomb all the way over on the other side of the map. Liquid just hoping to find an opening apart from the one on Denis. See if they could somehow secure this round and bring themselves with a very, very big comeback back into this game. I mean, they need to finish this 8-7 as a sort of minimum.
Yeah. And they're playing this perfectly right now. They get the really early kill. They rotate. They know they spread the defense out massively. So they go for the hard-hitting B play. And this should be good for them. The issue is, though, is that NiKo's at the end of that B plan. Of course, this guy can just go completely nuclear on this lineup. He's waiting behind the smoke. Now, if NiKo can get 2 or 3 kills, this is very doable for Mousesports. And in comes the Liquid lineup with those grenades as well to back them up. NiKo is ready and waiting. They're blind as well. He gets the first one, but that's it. Next needs to deliver. There's 2 from him over by the drop zone area. And Liquid are looking for him desperately, but where is he? adreN finds him, and now we have a 2-2 on our hands. And Hiko finds the pixel. That will be chrisJ, and he's out of the picture. The bomb can maybe go down, but here comes Gob. Oh, and he will be found. Hiko will get the kill. What a tense round there. Nex almost giving them a chance, Anders, and showing why he's so scary.
Yeah, double kill seems to be sort of the baseline for Nex in these rounds. It's, you know, it's like we sort of expect him to get the double. It's just a matter of seeing if he's also going to pick up a triple. He's just completely monstrous at the moment. 11th round starting off here, and he's got 17 kills. That's 17 kills, ladies and gentlemen, in 10 rounds.
And I think the only rounds we've really seen Liquid get an advantage is actually adreN getting an early frag, once with the AWP and that last round with the AK, and I'm not sure how often Liquid are going to find these early advantages. I'm going to see them try here again, but we've got a nice setup for Mousesports. We've got a bit of a crossfire between Denis and chrisJ, and Denis just baiting for chrisJ. So it's a really, really good attempt at a frag here, and Denis even gets the kill with the grenade. Things looking quite chaotic though.
Yeah, still Chris is over here with the M4 in hand, and see if they could find a way to get him down if they can. Now there's a cross setup as well with gobby coming in, which means if they try and go for either one, it's going to still be a little bit tricky. Liquid have slowed down their pace quite a lot, which is, you know, normally not what we like seeing on Cobblestone T side. We want to see quick pace, drops into drop zone here with the Molotovs to follow, really making sure you put a lot of pressure on the CT side. Right now, Mousesports are getting some good time to figure out what they want to do, but Nex is gone, and where you read it, that should be a big advantage here for Liquid. Chris, though, going to bring it back with a good shot once and twice, and even expecting a third one.
And FugLy is looking to try to do something. He's got a great position here. Could try to pinch onto him. They know that he's in this area. They spotted him. Oh, and there it is. gobby will help them out and finds the shot to the back of FugLy. It's all on adreN, the in-game leader. He's been doing some excellent stuff here. He'll smoke himself across. Molotov down to cover his approach to the plant. And that's an excellent spray finding the headshot onto Gob. 1 versus 1, 10 seconds. He has to go for the plant here. No messing around. And in comes NiKo. adreN, will he be ready for the peek? Oh, pulls out the grenade! And that's his head on the floor. as NiKo gets the shot and the defuse as well. So Liquid, oh, another horrendous situation. Anders, oh my goodness, they're going to get reset again.
Yeah, one more time. That might actually be more than they can handle here. Mousesports just, I mean, I actually thought this was going to be a pretty decent map for Liquid, all things considered. I mean, they played it earlier and it looked like they weren't completely clueless, but this time it seems really tough on them. It doesn't help that Nitro only has 1 kill, and it seems to be a lot of the time EliGE that they're trying to get to do the entry. So I'm wondering if Nitro sort of just said, I don't feel like entering on this map, I'm not too good at it, so they switch up the roles a little bit. It's certainly not working out really well.
Yeah, and it looks like they're just going for a play down B platform right now, and there's some good positions to cover this, and all the pre-nades are coming in. Mousesports, NiKo, he's going to be up by the tree, will drop back after picking up a kill. Next is going to come into play, multiple players facing him, and he will go down, but NiKo's still alive, has himself on that bomb site behind the statue, and Mousesports are really controlling this push and making sure that they keep these terrorists away from the bomb site. NiKo is trying to tap away here, not really finding much luck, but doesn't really matter. Denis will come in to save the day, and Liquid on that save are not going to be able to really do that much damage or get a bomb down. So it's all going to be on these next buy rounds for them to try to salvage something. But as you said, this is turning out to be a pretty horrendous half, and Mousesports are stopping them from playing how they wanted to previously.
Well, 13th round is coming up now, and we'll see how much further Mousesports can push this victory that they've got going on. I mean, they are just 6 rounds away from taking this game 2-0 versus Team Liquid. Even if cash was closed, this is quite a different matter. And they're doing it on the CT side, which is not how the rest of this qualifier has been working out.
Yeah, and all the grenades come in again for that plat take. Liquid going all the way down. Again, this gave them so much success before. They're trying it again. Mousesports trying to get proactive. NiKo goes straight in, gets dropped straight away. And now a lot of reinforcements start to pile in, but Liquid playing a little bit more slowly.
Next, getting a couple of shots through, trying to do a little bit of damage, but Goppy will go down to Nitro. Nice to see him back in the round here. 3rd kill before he finally drops. So a really good round from him. Denis turns around to take down FugLy, but Hiko just got to shoot for the smoke here. It's a 1 versus 3 for Chris, and he has a P90 and is quite far away from the action. So don't see this working out too well.
Yeah, I like how it's the situation like, hey, 1 versus 3, and I look at chrisJ, it's like, yeah, okay, he's really P90. Right, okay, then okay, he's
not even going to try.
This is not happening. And he's going to go up and the memories I have of this little area in the map back in 1.6. It's a very different map, but I spent many hours in this tower with a scout, letting my team leads the round, Anders.
Oh, you were that guy, Dan. I was about to say the awful memories once like 8 minutes of the public timer has passed and you realize there's one person isn't there who's just going to be hiding in this tower forever. Oh yeah, that was you, Dan, wasn't it?
Sometimes, only because I saw other people doing it and I was like, eventually I just gave in. If you can't beat them, you got to join them.
Well, the beauty was in 1.6 you could just throw grenades to sort of land on the outside, and obviously grenade damage splashed through walls in 1.6. So you know, people could hide in the tower, yes, but if you had enough people, you could just grenade them out. And there's a lot more wall banging too. So generally, actually, you could root people out there. Anyway, 14th round is coming up here, and finally, Mousesports are out of money, except for Chris. But with that P90, surely he's not going to be able to turn the tide here.
Yeah, this is very scary indeed. Some nice pre-nades coming in, actually, so Liquid have to be a bit careful of that. Nitro's gone down a little bit. Hiko in a sneaky little position, of course boosted up, and Mousesports have a push coming in from the other side of the map, so they're very aware of exactly where all the players are, I think, but it doesn't really matter. The Arsenal advantage is really with Liquid, of course, and they will just push their way in as a unit. And I really enjoy that they took their anti-eco in through B-plat. They kept their backs against the wall, they used the ranges, they used the grenades, and that's how it's done, Anders. That's how it's done. Because this was a big concern with Mousesports earlier on Cobble. They took all their anti-ecos without grenades. They're spread out and moving through A, where there's a billion corners where pistoling players can be sneakily waiting to shoot you in the face. Generally,
Mousesports, when they were playing on the terrorist side earlier, they really prefer that A-bomb side, which to me still is a bit strange. I think they even got like 7 rounds on their CT side, which is actually, in my book, pretty well done for pushing A, especially. So they've obviously figured out some stuff there, but it'd be worth going back and looking at the demo of that game just because of how that worked out. EliGE going to be taking down Chris, so the P90 is gone. Kind of a loss, but I'm not sure it's like a terrible one here. Liquid, if we're being honest, are really trying to, scrap what little they can get out of this round just to see if they can get the last scrap. So
Yeah, it's definitely a laboured affair. But this is where, you know, an experienced team, a team that deserves to be a champion, and this is where you can shine. This is where you can show we're able to reset ourselves and bring the pain. Round for round, we're going to play it, and they've got the full AKs, and once again, they are piling into the B-plat area.
Yeah, fast they go. Counter grenades coming out, but they are a little bit scared to just be running right in here. adreN setting up for a Molotov that's going to land up on tree. A really, really cool position. If someone was hiding up there, and we know that NiKo has been favoring standing up there, so it's a great Molotov to use. It has a couple of downsides. If there is a smoke down on the low ground, it'll actually sometimes get cancelled by that. No, the Molotov will get cancelled by the smoke, so that's a bit weird. But the opening frag goes in favor of Mousesports here, as it's going to be chrisJ picking it up with that AWP.
And this is a great position here for chrisJ, just playing this angle, trying to go for the shoulder peaks. Oh, that's a great shot there onto Nitro. And adreN is trying to bust his way through that door area, but it's not going to work out. Can't really get himself out of the drop, and Hiko's left alone, up by the plat. He's got 50 seconds, 3 players to kill. And he knows what the first one is. He knows that Nex is hiding below him. He will get the kill. He has a lot of health. We'll spot the last player there flanking him, so he pretty much has an idea of where everybody is and the bomb. Hiko's got 35 seconds to try to mount some form of comeback into this round. What's the solution here for Hiko?
Well, I'm not sure if there is one. He's also playing very slowly, which I think if you're going to try and clutch this one, you're going to have to be really fast. Sprays long range, but NiKo's going to be there. Good timing here on the Bosnian player, and it's going to be 11-4. 15th round is done with second half coming up, and yeah, critical, I think, failure for Team Liquid in this first half here. They needed a lot more out of this round.
Yeah, I somehow feel like maybe they got a little bit discouraged on their regular B play, because we did see them going for the plat stuff quite often, but it didn't seem like they had the same heart with some of the pushes they had in the previous matches, where they coordinated really well down out of drops. As soon as they get the first kill on B plat, they get a couple players attacking drop whilst the distractions come in. They have such good timing, which was very reminiscent of why Flipside is so damn amazing on Cobble and train and maps like that. But this time they couldn't really find those timings. I think Mousesports were a much more intimidating and bigger presence than Renegades. And I mean the NiKo next combo is obviously quite a deadly one to have to contend with. But yeah, Liquid, we need to see more confidence out of them, and of course we need to see a very, 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 very different CT side as well out of them.
16th round coming up, second half here. Mousesports with a very impressive lead, and going into the second half, if they win this pistol round, it is almost certainly going to be over and done with. Liquid in response have bought, again, grenades on 4 people, and just Hiko here with armor and a Zeus, and he is already out hunting, which you can see has inspired a huge rotation into the B-bomb side. Team Liquid know what's coming, and they're prepared for it. This is like it's not an automatic win, but it's 90% of the way there. FugLy looking for a headshot. It's going to get one as Nex lands, hits the ground. His body already dead, and now it's going to be 5 versus 3. NiKo trying to see if he can get it back a little bit here, but EliGE going to get a little bit closer. Out of bullet. chrisJ takes one. Gob takes one, and they are trying to bring it back. He hits a headshot while flashed, and somehow we've ended up in a 2 versus 2. But now, finally, after a bit of an adventure, almost a migration halfway across the map, Hiko has now come up from behind, and they have got no idea. Gob, he checks it, and that's even worse. Now he's going to be confident that no one's going to be there. chrisJ putting out a couple of shots, and Hiko just walking in behind them here, looking for the shot, but the bomb goes down already. So now this 2v2 could work out for Mousesports, and Hiko drop low as well. This is such a long fight. Gob is going to get the headshot, and now Hiko down to 16, taps the bomb once, but they're getting closer. Mousesports, how on earth did they turn this round back in their favor? I've got no idea, and neither does Hiko. He's got to be almost furious at his team at this point. They were all in the bomb side. Hiko trying to see if he can find the opening, tries to get it done. He is out of time, no kit, and Mousesports, nothing short of a miracle here.
Yeah, you asked how it was done. I think it was chrisJ.
Look at the posture there.
Yeah, dejected, deflated, some other word with D, and good to have the trio. Don't know what the third adjective would be, though. However, it was really amazing from chrisJ, because, of course, we also saw the discipline from him holding there in that situation, able to get 2 very key kills to turn around completely and then actually bust his team, like create a huge path out of the drop area into the bomb site. And now it is forced by time, so the chaos, the adventures are going to continue, as FugLy might be under a lot of pressure. There's 4 players nearby. I think he's kind of sussed it out. He's trying to get himself out of there, but can he get himself out of there? I don't know. He's down very low, has to turn and fight, but godB is going to kill him where he stands. EliGE, meanwhile, with the boost up, is going to maybe find some space for Liquid, but oh, he's going to run out the bullets, and they go for the knife. Oh, he's going to get it. And there you go, 4 versus 4, but the bomb side is Mousesports.
For the watch, NiKo going to go down, and just a little bit more than a minute left as the bomb is going to be dropping here. godB, he just seems, he's been jolly all throughout, and I know he's going to be celebrating no matter how this turns out. I think we're sort of in the middle of some Muslim celebration, so I think the saying is Eid Mubarak for anyone who's watching and is celebrating today. I know God was tweeting that earlier as well, so I think that might help his spirits actually. He was all day, he's just been in a really good mood.
Well, it's definitely, I mean, I know when I saw him, like you commented on it straight away earlier. I mean, we saw it just, for some reason, right at the start of the series, he knew something that we didn't, Anders. There was something going on there, and that's what actually swung my prediction, to be honest. And well, it seems to be panning out wonderfully for them. And
yeah, I mean, so just to, if you're joining and you're not quite sure what you're watching here, it is the qualification stage for the next major tournament in Global Offensive, and right now Mousesports are 3 rounds away from making that tournament. It's been, I think everyone's always been wondering, where's Mousesports at these major tournaments? They should have been there a long time ago. This is going to be a huge, huge step in the right direction for this team. And it's been a long time coming. EliGE moving forward here, going to be taking down NiKo. It's a good start for Liquid, who have an epic comeback if they want to make it to a 3rd map here.
That was the gangster battle right there, the Mac 10 versus Mac 10. And well, it is going to be EliGE picking that one up. So that's a nice little advantage. You'll also claim the control of B plat, which is always good. Liquid will have a bit more of an idea what's going on with nobody there, and being able to actually see that. Because if there's a player still alive in that position, getting the frag maybe, you still don't know how many people are there. But having gotten the kill and taken that position, now EliGE is going to be able to get that info to his team. So they're kind of aware that maybe something could have been going on towards A, but so much time has passed. Mousesports are playing it so slow that now they're really unsure, and they're gambling a little bit on B, and that is going to be a sorely felt mistake, but Nitro with that CZ will pick up a quick kill, and all of a sudden 5 versus 3. Will he buy his team time to go for the rotate? Oh, he gets another quick shot. chrisJ walks into his crosshair. The CZ is providing an excellent defense there in the hands of Nitro. Has he done enough, Anders?
Well, Nex is going to get 1 killer return on FugLy, but he goes down. Denis, 20 seconds without the bomb in hand, and with a 1-on-3 in front of him. Not exactly a comfortable position, and he's playing this one very slowly, and now he's going to have to essentially run and make a lot of noise, and they will have heard it already. Getting closer. EliGE picks up the kill, and Liquid actually making that round work. Mousesports slowing down, I think, more than they really needed to in that situation.
I mean, the ultimate kind of absurdity or surreal moment would be now Liquid finding like an amazing CT side out of nowhere, because we would never have seen that coming from what we have seen today. It just would be so surprising from all counts. And well, this is a great way to get it going. It's going to put the AWP straight away onto adreN. The rest of them have close to 4 grenades, M4s all around, and Galil kept to EliGE. But this is Mousesports now. They've changed up what they were doing previously that we saw today. They are challenging B-Plat straight away, and let's see how successful that's going to be. Liquid already, you know, they mentioned to me how hard it is to deal with this kind of play, but how well can they do in this situation?
Oh, NiKo, there's the headshot on the 2nd bullet, and EliGE is going to be down looking for a bit more. Ducking and standing up again. He picks up the stolen Galil here. He's got 2 kills already. He's looking for a 3rd, and he's going to end up going down. adreN with some really good AWP shots here. Not going to get the flick the 3rd time around, but Chris is trapped up here. And in a 1 versus 3, he does control the bomb, and FugLy is a bit low on health. If he plays this right and ends up in the A-bomb side, he could maybe turn it into a 1 versus 2, and it's not impossible for him to win this round.
Yeah, this is a very interesting situation, and definitely impressed by adreN holding the B bomb site there. That could have been a very different story had he not hit one of those 2 shots, let alone both of them. Now, here we go. chrisJ's found himself towards that A-bomb site. He'll get the smoke down for the doors, so that should help cover his approach, especially as there's nobody from Liquid there yet. He doesn't necessarily know that. He's going to have to be very, very cognizant of all the angles. I think he just got a bit of a tank there, but he's going to go for the bomb plant. Can chrisJ pull this one off again? We saw this earlier against Liquid. This is how the first map ended. Oh my god, he gets the 1st kill. 2nd one as well. chrisJ is going absolutely massive. There's a 3rd player. He's very healthy. adreN gets the shot though, and that's going to be the 3rd kill for him. And adreN in this round saved Liquid more than once.
Yeah, even I think goes to crouch on his body again. Oh, good stuff indeed. I mean, yeah, adreN, he's also top fragging on the team here, really trying to carry it through. A bit of a switch up from his style of playing. Usually, we've been sort of, I would say, even sort of collectively a bit disappointed in him, just on the fragging front. But this is pretty good. He's on point with these op shots, and if the rest of the team can follow up, who knows if it can really happen here. chrisJ close to sealing the deal, but it's going to be 13-6 instead. Liquid with the rifles and weapons, and not so much Mousesports.
They really need that clean round though now. I mean, they need to get... This is an opportunity for money. They need money because Mousesports are going to do damage in future rounds. They need to be able to repurchase their full stock of weapons and grenades every single time. And this is the round to give them a little bit of a buffer to work with. But I'm a little bit afraid for them right now. NiKo is just running all the way to the end of B plat. And again, we've seen some of the craziness that he's done. And, you know, I sometimes have simple flashbacks whenever I see a guy making frags there with a deagle. But there it is. Once again, adreN, he's repositioned himself towards A with the AWP this time around. And he's going to pick up the first defensive kill. So far, so good for the Liquid lineup when it comes to their anti-eco defense. And EliGE with an excellent vantage point from Tree to further secure the round here for Liquid. So far, so good. Everyone being cleaned up. And there you go. Flawless round. Exactly what Liquid were after.
Yeah.
And now they can go into the next round feeling good.
I mean, they know how much work is ahead of them, so I could understand why they're not exactly sort of celebrating or exploding with joy just yet. You know, we did talk about this earlier, you know, having, you know, really high highs and low lows. It is only a 6-round difference, so they can definitely breach the gap, but they need to make sure that that they're going to be working this out here. adreN looking for a flick, but not going to connect.
Yeah, that's actually kind of interesting because that's a lot of that one missed shot is a lot of ground gained for free actually for the terrorist side. So that's pretty something important to note because look how close they are on the A side of the map now, slowly clearing out positions as a unit. And this is kind of that default that we talk about again, working in pairs to clear these positions. But adreN is really, really important in this round because if they get close to his position currently and still there are 5 players left alive, that's 5 sets of grenades to still execute onto the A bomb site. So then Liquid need to be worrying, so adreN needs to deliver something here. Oh, he's going to get pushed out of the position. That's a really nice bait for the shot there. Just trying to pre-fire his position. Mousesports, they're closing in. Slowly but surely here.
They're getting a little bit scarily close. Hiko's right behind him as well. Grenade might be a little bit too soon here, and now a lot of the defense is gone on this A bomb side. There is a third member rotated in, which is Nitro, but he's out of grenades as well, so this is going to come down to pure rifling action. And Hiko, he's a bit of a champion at that. He's going to get the one. NiKo returns Nitro with a shot on Godby, and now it's down to a 3 versus 4 here. 30 seconds left, trying to see if they can get onto the site. Still, Nitro drops the bomb, and a shot from adreN will drop and almost finish the round there. FugLy getting the last kill. And Liquid, this time we do see a couple of high fights here. Down to a 5-round gap.
It makes a really big difference that they win the round losing only a single player. And I'm actually in a little bit of disbelief that they even were able to accomplish that. And now look at the bank. We can see it starting to grow massively. And again, so important to be able to always keep the rebuys going. And Mousesports now, with a very light pressure round, they just basically they've lost quite a few rounds in a row, so they're getting close to that max consecutive round loss bonus of 3,400. So they can afford to invest a little bit here to try to get some extra damage in. But so far, yeah, they're on the 2,900 bonus for this round, 3,400 if they lose this. But yeah, so far as Liquid looking confident, looking good. Can they get another clean one? That's really the question. Oh, good work by Hiko there. Nice damage on the wall bang. Finishes off Denis as well. So again, Anders, we're looking at a clean Hiko. And I got to say, throughout this entire tournament, I've seen a lot of very, very dirty anti-Hiko rounds and a lot of people dying on both sides.
Yeah, it's been messy, hasn't it? I mean, earlier Winter Fox was playing and they had some incredible deagle rounds. Yeah. You know, Pyth picking up a couple. I think Devilwalk had his quad kill with just an M4 that they saved, and there were just a couple of really cool rounds like that. 13-9 though, it's going to be the scoreline, and Liquid inching ever closer to a potential third map here. It'll be a really impressive comeback on the CT side, and would also you know, put maybe a bit of a hold on this whole idea that, you know, terrorist side is now completely overpowered and can't be stopped, because both teams have managed to do just that on their CT side, which is something you haven't seen before.
But this is actually a really interesting setup here from Mousesports. They've gone 2-1-2, essentially. One floater in the middle, but they've got chrisJ most notably. They haven't shown this before, and chrisJ is excellent at trying to pick up kills here. But look, adreN's on the other angle. This is so key. He's going to... Oh, there it is! adreN gets the shot. That's so incredibly crucial, and he's going to stay alive. Will we get the repeat coming in from NiKo? He's picked up the AWP. I think he wants it. He's hungry to get the refrag, but he's going to have second thoughts. He's going to back away and combine with this team now. Now they're in a position where they have to go to A pretty much, and here we go. Gobby's already given them some position to do so.
Well, and if they go quick, it's actually going to be a pretty good call as well, because Hiko is alone inside that bomb site. Great smoke coming out here from Denis. Long range, going to cover up one angle, and NiKo to open up on FugLy. Hiko, you can tell he's called for the backup. They're coming in. They do have 2 Molotovs and a bunch of smokes here. CT side trying to see if they can rush and get a little bit closer. It's Hiko with the opening frag, taking down Gob. Second spray. He's going to hit the headshot, trying to do a little bit more, but he goes down. Denis, in turn, picking up a double, and now it's 2 versus 2. 18 seconds left, and look at NiKo. He's up on the car, jumping down, and eventually going to get the kill on EliGE, and now it's all on adreN. 1 versus 2. 10 seconds here. Bomb is going to be planted. He's in the fire, though. NiKo actually burns as he put down the bomb all the way to 29 health. And adreN trying to see if he can make a way through. One click from Denis and he's gone. And Mousesports now all the way up to 14 rounds.
Oh my god, that was a crazy round. And I mean, it's all started off with the AWP duel there. chrisJ taking the AWP to adreN. adreN actually I think adreN has consistently been winning almost all the AWP duels on both sides. So that is so encouraging to see, especially considering all the criticism in the past. Either way, now Mousesports are actually in a position where, you know, losing so many players, Liquid could reset them. That's actually a really big deal. So this could play in the favor of Liquid to get them a closer situation, but they don't have much to work with. I mean, Mousesports are on 14 rounds already. But either way, we get the B-plat aggression once again. This is a similar setup to the last round, and this time adreN again gets chrisJ, and I love how he repositioned to do so. An off angle chrisJ was never expecting, and again, NiKo's going to pick up the AWP just as he did last time, and then find out, hey, these guys are going to grenade me away. They've picked up a kill for free. Excellent start by Liquid. Are we going to see the same round play out just as the previous one?
It's not impossible. Last round, Hiko ended up playing a lot further back on the bomb site. This time, he's sort of playing in the middle of everything. And to do that, he does need some backup, which is why it's great that adreN is going to come in here and help out. Maybe Liquid have the same thought. NiKo ready and waiting. And Denis going to set up for the same smoke as last time. 45 seconds. And they are going to try and see if they can make their way onto this bomb site. FugLy now up in the balcony, going to be jumping down next, playing close to the doors. A Molotov here to buy a little bit more space. He's rushing in. He goes down to FugLy. Gobby with the refrag. 34 seconds left. Denis spraying wildly and finally gets the kill. And are they going to check the backer side? Not just yet. Hiko is there. He takes one, and that's going to buy a lot of time. Look, they can't push in. Gobby's got so little health. It's down to a 1 versus 2, and Hiko's just preventing them from getting onto this bomb site. He's got the bullets. He hasn't reloaded yet. Jumping up on the box here in the back lines, and now they're going to join up and try and see if they can't force him out as a team. Hiko repositioning himself. They've got no idea that he's here. He almost catches them, but no! They peek at the same time, and NiKo takes him out, and it's match and map point here for Mousesports. If he had peeked a second earlier there, they would have both been lined up for him.
And as that round played out so incredibly similarly, to the point where I think we saw, again, like NiKo picking up the pick instantly. Last time it was FugLy. This time I think it was EliGE or Nitro this time. And that allows the push to come in so quickly every time. It's ideal for Mousesports. What a tense finish, though, and now it's all on this single round. Mousesports on match point, just one away for qualifying to the next major in Cluj, Romania. And now Liquid, they haven't even got the best equipment to do this round. And justice, and we have adreN this time. He's been doing so well in these defensive kills, looking for the next shot, this time positioned towards A. They figured out that, you know, A is maybe suffering a little bit here, and Mousesports have taken up a lot of free real estate, and there's so much time that they could also decide to try to double back if they wanted to do so. So Liquid can't really know what's going on, and they're playing so far back, like you highlighted previously, that they just don't know.
A good position there from adreN all the way back. It's really hard to see when you're coming out of A long that angle is going to even be visible from this spot. You're actually thinking that you're like a link further back than that one, but the sort of end of that one is actually visible. See if they're going to watch it coming. Their leg shot goes through on Denis, and might be a bit of a follow-up here. Hiko's close by, certainly, but adreN is going down, and 30 seconds as they try and push through. Not a lot of time left for Mousesports. Might be a bit of a mistake here. Hiko's going to go down, though. It's next finding another kill on Nitro, and Gobi with a shot on FugLy. It's all on EliGE here, and we're 1 kill away from Mousesports making it to a major tournament. And that is almost history in the making here. EliGE, I don't see how he could possibly stop this.
They all have such low HP, but he has to go for the choke point. There's no way around that. He'll spot the first player, instantly dying to next. And there it is. Mousesports will qualify. And Gobi must be absolutely elated. You can see it here. Yeah. What a result. And I'm relieved for them as well, because, I mean, they definitely deserve this.
Yeah, really well played on their part. It doesn't mean the Liquid are out. Obviously, this was the winners match, so that just means they're going to be playing a little bit later on over at the arena. But we're not quite going to be there yet. Instead, we've got the losers match, obviously, still coming up for tonight. Renegades versus Winter Fox, if I'm not mistaken. But this was a very impressive showing. A much better result for Mousesports than earlier in the day. And luckily, we have a pretty good desk here to cover the rest of it for us.